So today we are going to be drawing a symmetrical butterfly. We'll be drawing with pencil, we'll be using chalk pencils, we'll be using oil pastels, and then I have the instructions right here for you all, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to fold our paper in half like a book. So I'm going to take my paper, fold one edge to the other, and make a crease. At this time, I like to write my name, Mrs. K, and class code, 2- and your teacher's initial. And I open it up. Now, step 2 says, with your pencil, you're going to draw half of the butterfly. So at the center here, I'm going to draw the body of my butterfly, and it could be just as simple or wavy and curvy if you want it to be. And then I'm going to have my big wings. And your wings can go out, they can kind of wiggle a little bit, they can go into the body, they can be more triangular, you can do whatever you want with those. And then I'm going to draw another one right down here for that. And then I'm going to draw the lines in here. So they all have like these veins right in there. I'm just drawing it all. I'm going to draw a big circle right in here. And then here, I'm going to do another little vein. Okay. And then, of course, they have their fun little antennas. So you can see it, but you'll see it much better with the white. So these are just charcoal pencils. They've all been sharpened. So if it breaks, that's fine. It's normal. There should be enough in there for you to use. And when I do this, I'm just tracing over my pencil. And you can see right there, I didn't trace over it as well. So sometimes if I press harder with my pencil, the chalk won't go over that. So sometimes you have to move the chalk a little higher or a little lower than your line. But you're basically tracing all of your pencil lines with the chalk. And then we're going to eventually do a transfer. I'm going through all of these, even the antenna. It would help if I drew this. Okay. And right in here. So once you have it done, we're going to be rubbing it on with a glue bottle, it says. Well, I don't have enough glue bottles this year, so I'm going to use a pencil, or sorry, scissors. Excuse me. So I'm going to fold the side that's has the chalk on it over. Make sure my scissors are closed, of course. And I'm going to use the edge or the handle of the scissors to do the rubbing. And hopefully what's happening is it's transferring the chalk to the other side. Let's check. Pretty good, but I'm going to do a little more rubbing. I can see that pretty well. Now, it's much more faded on this side, so at this time, I like to go over my lines that are faint, a little bit darker with my pencil. And this just shouldn't take too long to do. So I made a mistake. I'm just going to leave that mistake the way it is. You could try to kind of lighten it with your finger and then redraw it. The oil pastels will cover that up, no problem. So I'm really not too concerned about that. Okay, then I have this. I've got one that's a little farther along. So this one I have used the oil pastels, and you can use whatever color you want. Butterflies come in such beautiful colors, so you can kind of make up your own version of the butterfly. So when I'm using the oil pastels, I just kind of color my whole area in, and you can keep it a solid color. I, of course, am going to change it up a little bit. So I just did mine with the blue, then I took this green and went over it, so it gives it a nice mix. And then I'm going to kind of go in right in here, those little areas. And then this blue area here, add a little more blue just to thicken up the color to make it a little more bold and vivid. And then what I did was, and you don't have to do this, but I took a black and I am kind of going over and around just to kind of make those edges become a little more bold, okay? So that's what I happen to do in mine, but you do not have to do this. You can just have it faint colors. You can have the colors bold like mine. You can have a rainbow butterfly. You can do whatever you want. And then the butterfly's body is typically black, not always. So I kind of outline that black. I could color it in, but I'm gonna leave it just the way it is. And then I'm gonna trace over this with the black too. And I still need to color those little areas. So I am not coloring this black area around. I am still gonna color these two areas right in here. And then if you wanted to add like grass or leaves or something like that in the background, you could if you want. But typically you want just the butterfly and you want to take up most of the paper. So started off folding our paper, opening it up with pencil, drew my butterfly on one half. Then I traced over it with the chalk, folded it, rub, 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 opened it up, traced that light side, and then the fun oil pastels are what makes it special.